I'm so tired of watching my own video. I'm so tired of hearing my own voice. Selamat pagi, guys. Until next time, guys. I'm like, oh my God, this guy again, you know? I think Denmark on the list of best passports is like number 4. I think Indonesia is 130 something. But yeah, I really see myself living here a long time. And I think it would make great sense to...
Kira-kira kapan selesainya Sabang sampai Merauke ini? 2 years, 3 years? I'm so happy that right now I feel like we're met a lot.
Yeah, me too. Good to see you again.
Welcome back to Indonesia.
Thank
Selamat
you
datang
so
lagi.
Terima kasih
Terima
banyak.
kasih. Gimana pulang kampung?
Bagus.
Bagus.
Selalu bagus waktu saya bisa hug my family again.
That's the best feeling.
Tapi dingin sekali di Denmark.
Masa?
Kedinginan.
Kedinginan.
Ya, kedinginan. Oh, it's good to be back in Indonesia.
Yeah, that's
I feel
good
more
Indonesian.
warm here. Yeah.
Actually, when you learn about Indonesian language, bahasa, I think you must be very hard to learn about ng, ny, like ng, right?
Enggak.
Enggak.
In the beginning, it was very difficult.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like for example, sometimes in the beginning, if people said like, yeah, I couldn't hear if it was yeah or nga, or I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, actually, thank you so much for coming back again and again. And I hope always coming back to my studio.
Always my pleasure to come back here. When I'm in Jakarta, I will for sure always get some good food, do a bit of shopping, and pasti I will stop by Cheryl's studio.
Yes. But I don't know that if I should introduce you again, because I think all of my subscribers knew who you are. Tapi buat yang belum tahu mungkin siapa Kristian Hansen, bisa langsung cek aja di YouTube-nya di Kristian Hansen. Karena dia ini adalah salah satu YouTuber yang aku ikutin dari awal, dari subscribernya dikit banget. Dari dia tuh bagi-bagi kartu untuk kasih tahu dia punya channel YouTube dan segala macam. I do adore his persistent actually.
Terima kasih banyak.
Right. Jadi kalau misalnya mau kenal lebih dalam, go check out his YouTube, because this is the thing that I want to say to you, Kris. Your video are amazing, because I'm still your subscriber. I was one of your oldest subscriber, and I knew your progress, right?
Yes.
And now it's amazing, and a lot of sponsors now, right now.
More sponsors now, and definitely better than in the beginning. Sometimes when I see my first videos now, I'll be like, So continue to get better.
Continue to get
thank
better.
Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Okay, so today aku nggak mau sesuatu yang biasa-biasa aja, because I know that become a YouTuber is not only you are talk to the camera and say hi guys, I'm here.
Definitely not.
Because you are planning to become a YouTuber, you save money and then you plan this trip and so on and so on. But a lot of people don't know all of the story behind the scene of all of those beautiful video.
Exactly.
So let's talk about that. About that. I mean, first, okay, your video are perfectly editing, very good. Itu bagus banget. Aku nggak tahu ya, kamu tuh kan bukan seorang filmmaker, you're not a filmmaker, you're not a director, but how you learn to edit like that?
Yeah, jadi dari awal ya, from the beginning, I knew that I wanted to make YouTube different than what I saw a lot of the other YouTube channels were doing. The only problem was I didn't know how to take photos, make video, edit. So I basically had to learn everything from the beginning, right?
You learn from the beginning.
Saya
So you don't
belajar
have basic?
saya belajar dari nonton YouTube.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So in the beginning, everything took such a long time. Nah, kalau ada viewer watching this right now dan sudah pernah edit sedikit video mungkin dengan HP, susah sekali in the beginning ya. It's very difficult. And even for me today, editing is still difficult. Karena tidak ada satu hasil. There's not one correct way, you know?
Yep.
It's about creativity. So there can be 1,000 different ways that you can make the same video.
Mhm.
But it's about persistency.
Wow, I knew it's about persistency, and of course, it's about taste. You have a good taste,
Thank you.
right? You have a good taste. So, apa YouTube yang kamu suka? YouTube channel yang kamu suka? Which one?
Jadi, I'm probably one of the few YouTubers that rarely watch YouTube content. Yeah, because
I cannot accept this.
Because you know, I love watching movies. I love watching series. Netflix. I think I have 90% completed Netflix. I think next year I will get gold medal from Netflix saying,
And also the documentary is very good, right, at Netflix.
Documentaries are great as well. And I think I've watched hundreds and hundreds of movies. And I think the reason why, maybe I don't want to call myself good, but maybe why I have a good eye for making videos is because I've watched so many movies.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree.
And the thing is, once you start making videos, then you also start watching movies in a different way.
Yes.
You know, sometimes I'll watch a movie and I'll be like, that's not correct. Or he made a wrong cut there. Or, and you continue to learn.
Okay. Yeah. But you is a different story, Kris, because when you make a movie, the editor are editing in the room. They have a proper desk, proper laptops, but you are a travel vlog. You have to editing, basically on the road. Yeah. So can you share us the story about all of those struggles?
So basically now I have been living in hotels for around 760 days.
Oh my God.
And while some people might think that's nice, tinggal di hotel or nice at a room service, but I can tell you get tired of living in hotel rooms. And sometimes, I can't always stay in the most nice or fancy hotels. Yeah. So I've edited from some really sketchy hotel rooms as well. Dripping water from the ceiling, cockroaches under the bed, rats, all that good stuff. Sometimes I will have a plastic chair to sit on. Sometimes it's just a stool. Some rooms that won't even be a desk. I will be sitting, editing in my lap.
The internet sometimes a problem.
The internet is often a problem. So this is one of the things I envy about, having a professional studio in Jakarta or even having an apartment in Jakarta. You can have your own screen. But I also think sometimes it pushes me to do it a little bit better and a little bit faster. Some of the bad hotel rooms I've been editing from, I've just been like, okay, I gotta finish this video because as soon as I finish it, I can get back on the road,
Oh my God. Yeah, true. Yeah. But it's hard. It's tough.
It's tough. And some of those, so maybe a little bit about the editing process. Because when you watch my YouTube video, you see me traveling. Usually I will say, Selamat pagi, guys. It's another beautiful morning in Indonesia.
Yes.
And today I'm going to blah, blah, blah. What you don't see is, by the time I say that, I have probably spent anything from between 7 to 12 days inside of the same hotel room. Sometimes it's 30 square meters. Sometimes it's only 15 square meters, a small room. And the only thing I'll do in a day of editing, I'll wake up 5:30, 6 o'clock, have my coffee, quickly check the phone, update my to-do list for the day, and then I'll go straight into editing. Put my phone on silent or the non-disturb, and all I do from 6 until 8 or 9 in the evening is sit in front of that laptop, edit. I'll have my lunch, back to edit. I'll maybe mungkin harus pipis, back to edit. And before, going to bed, and then that's it.
You told me you it kamu makan makanan yang sama almost every day just because kamu nggak mau mikir aja gitu supaya cepet gitu to make it fast.
Exactly. I eat the same breakfast every single day because then I know, okay, well, yeah, this is what I'm having for breakfast. I know it keeps me full for 3-4 hours. Come lunchtime, I actually skip that when I'm editing.
Oh.
Good things and bad things about it. It makes me lose weight. So by the time I get to go on the road, I've actually lost weight.
Yeah.
You were going to say?
You lose weight. No. I can see that now.
Thank you. But also because I have learned that if I eat lunch in the middle of the day and I have to go back to editing, it's kind of like if you work in an office, right?
Yeah.
After you have had your lunch and you have to go back and sit in the front of the computer, how do you feel?
Ugh.
Ngantuk. Yeah.
Makan nasi padang.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You get tired. You don't really feel like working. But I found out that if I push my hunger as much as I can, it's not comfortable around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I keep drinking water. But if I can get past that stage of a lot of hunger, I get a sudden boost of energy.
Oh.
I get a lot more energy. I look forward to having dinner and I can work faster and even harder. Then I will just have an early dinner and then I can continue working. So, yeah.
That's the story behind all of those videos. I mean, the editing part is not your favorite one, or is the favorite one?
The first few days, I love it. I'm watching all of my new video clips. I have all these many ideas. But yeah, by the time the video is almost finished, I'm so tired of watching my own video. I'm so tired of hearing my own voice. Selamat pagi, guys. Until next time, guys. I'm like, oh my God, this guy again, you know? But once it's finished, uploaded, I will always watch my videos as a YouTube premiere with my subscribers. Yeah. And when I see all the comments from my subscribers, we watch it together, I listen to the music, I become so proud, you know? I'm like, I made this. And there are thousands of people that are enjoying it right now.
Yeah.
So in the end, it's all worth it. But the
struggle.
The struggle is real. It is.
So, kalau misalnya lagi mau upload, you know, it needs a good internet. I knew it's when you are rendering, right? So what do you do when your hotel is not a really nice hotel have a very fast internet access?
I have a good example. I will never forget. I had been driving in Kalimantan, West Kalimantan. The day before, I had been driving through a palm oil plantation to an area called Badao. 8 hours through nothing but this plantation, no signal. I arrived late at night, completely dark. I saw cobra snakes on the road, and I arrived at this small hotel. And the next day, I had to upload my video, and I just assumed there would be signal.
Okay.
Nggak
ada. No signal, not internet, no even signal.
Not even signal.
Okay.
So I take my laptop in my backpack. I drive on my motorcycle. I watch the signal. Oh, there's signal. I park my bike. I open my laptop on the back of the bike, you know. And the internet is so slow that I stand like it's in the sun, middle of the day. I stand for nearly 2 hours waiting for this video to upload. And there's this big machine for, what do you call it? Like a digger for digging dirt that I can stand next to get a little bit of shade.
Yes.
But I remember thinking like, wow, my subscribers, they will never see this, you know? They will never understand. But
you should make a video about those struggle. But sometimes kalau kita udah kayak gitu, kita nggak kepikiran ya. We're not even think about made video. We just concentrate.
Exactly, yeah. And that's why I love that I can tell these stories to you.
Yeah. I promise you always tell me right after your trip and then come back to my studio and then you tell me all those behind the scene moment because you will not get it anywhere.
I promise.
Oh, I can imagine, Kris. you travel not only in a big city, right? You travel sometimes in a really kampung, desa. And what I really adore you is you always put a lot of respect to all the people around there. Because we have sayings in Indonesia, di mana bumi dipijak, di sana langit dijunjung, means that when you go to a place, you have to respect all the tradition. Maybe if kalau mereka makan pakai tangan, kamu juga makan pakai tangan, like that.
Nah.
So I really appreciate what you've done, your gesture, your everything. Then, do you have a like a funny moment or awkward moment with all those local stuff?
Yeah, so I mean, like you mentioned with eating with your hands, right? I remember some of the first trips I would do in Java, I would see people eating with their hands, and if I went to a local restaurant, I would do the same.
Okay.
But I didn't know that you only like eat with your right hand. So I would just be
You eat with the both hands?
yeah, because I assumed it was just like about eating with your hands. But now later I've learned that you have to
But
use
you can
the
do it right
hand.
now? You can do it?
I can do it. You make kind of like the triangle, push it together, and then with the thumb, you
like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because sometimes when people cannot do that, they're like, all the rice are falling down.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, surely it looked like that for me in the beginning too.
Oh my god. Okay. So you just come back from your hometown. Apa yang paling kamu kangenin pas kalau kamu di Denmark, terus kamu pulang ke Indonesia lagi?
Oh, you have to translate that. Wait, I think
what did you miss the most
about Indonesia? Nah. All right.
Sorry.
No problem. So I've said this many times, but the kindness of the Indonesian people. I feel like the Indonesian people are much more open to visitors. For example, it doesn't matter wherever I go in Indonesia, people always help me or offer me coffee. But I think one of the reasons why I want to live and stay in Indonesia is I feel very, very home here.
Home here.
I mean, Denmark will always sort of be my home, but mostly because my family is there.
Of course, yeah.
And my heart is where my family is, right?
Yeah, of course.
But I really feel home in Indonesia. And actually, next year, it will be the fifth year. Fifth year. It will be the 5th year I'm in Indonesia.
Oh.
That means that I can actually apply to become an Indonesian citizen.
Would you?
I am really considering it. The only thing I really have to consider about it is that I would have to give up my Danish passport.
It's just one of the strongest passports in the world. I know
One of the best.
Yeah.
Indonesia, not as good.
You cannot. You're so polite. You're not as good. Yeah. It's not apple to apple. Yeah.
I think Denmark on the list of best passports is like number 4. I think Indonesia is 130 something. But yeah, I really see myself living here a long time, and I think it would make great sense to. So let's see. I mean, I still have a year to decide, but yeah. What do you think?
Oh, do you still need my answer? I cannot wait. Let me be the one who teach you Indonesia Raya.
Yeah, and the
Indonesia
Pancasila.
Raya. Yeah, Pancasila. You have to harus hafal kan Indonesia Raya. Yeah. Do you already think about your Indonesian name? You already have an Indonesian name. The subscriber give you
Kristianto Hantoro.
Kristianto Hantoro. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
let's see.
Let's hope. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
But if I do it, you will definitely hear about it here first.
Yeah. Yes, Mas Kris. But all of this, your life story is you always be on the road editing because you are the boss of yourself. You are not working for everyone, and you need to always working because when you're not working, there's no food on the table.
Exactly. Yeah.
So is it tired?
It is. Actually, another thing you don't see in my YouTube videos is that the last 3 weeks have been really tough.
Why is that?
Before going back to Denmark, I was feeling really homesick. I had spent so much time editing and focus on getting the next video up. And, you know, a lot of YouTubers, they will have editors, or they will be 2 together editing, 3 together. So it's easier for them to upload consistently.
Yeah.
But if I'm not editing my videos, no one is uploading them, right?
Oh.
So I had really been going hard at it for a long time, and I couldn't fall asleep at night. It would take me 2 to 3 hours to fall asleep. Constantly have things thinking, I need to do this.
Yeah, a lot of list in your brain. There's
a lot. Then I get an idea. I have to write it down. Otherwise, if I sleep, maybe I forget it by tomorrow. So yeah, I was quite lonely, quite tired, and that's actually why I went back home to Denmark, because I felt like it was time to kind of, get back some energy, see my family again, maybe get a bit of motivation back as well, and it always helps to see my family. So
because I think that you are a family person. I can tell you from the last time your holiday with your family, with your who's the little girl?
Oh yes, my nieces,
Yeah, your
Elvira
nieces,
and Nola.
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes we are so far away from our hometown. It feels like, you can feel like that sometimes, right? You feel unmotivated.
Yeah. And even if you're 30, 40, 50 years old, you can still feel homesick. I think that's perfectly understandable.
But when you come back to your hometown, all of your friends are maybe already have some family, getting married. But lucky you're not Indonesian. Because if you're not Indonesian, because if you're Indonesian,
pressure.
There's a pressure. Every year in
Yeah.
Hari Raya, they always ask, when you are married,
Yeah,
kapan kawin?
kapan kawin?
Kapan kawin?
Yeah.
So don't you think that you want to build a family? I mean,
I would love to. And I, of course, even though I'm not Indonesian, I get that question a lot when I'm on the road.
Okay, on the road in Indonesia, right?
Sudah menikah? Oh, saya masih jomblo. And when they ask, like, oh yeah, umur berapa? Oh, saya 30. They don't understand why I'm not married yet, right?
I know.
And surely it's something I think about a lot. So as you can probably imagine, traveling Monday to Sunday, remote areas of Indonesia, it's not the easiest way to keep a girlfriend. And yeah, when you're 25, 26, 30, the beginning of your 30s, you see a lot of your friends starting to have kids, getting married, buying a house together, getting a dog. And it makes you think, sorry, shouldn't generalize. It makes me think, why am I not married? Why don't I live in a regular home, have a wife, have kids, all this? So, yeah, I have a lot of those thoughts as well when traveling solo. So, it's,
Because when you're traveling solo, when you're driving maybe your motorcycle, sometimes there's a lot in your mind. You feel like maybe you think about your future. Sometimes you think about your past. Something you are discovering yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Because I love traveling solo, right?
Yeah.
But when you're traveling solo, like you, 4 years, 5 years, that's loneliness is around.
It is. But that's also why I love exercising, and I love the days of riding on the motorcycle, because it forces you to be focused in the moment. If you're riding on a motorcycle and you're not focusing on the moment, super dangerous, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm riding, my mind sometimes, it helps me reset a little bit, because hours where I don't talk, I just look, maybe I make some video clips. Same with exercising. So important to have those moments where you're fully present.
Yeah, but that's how you overcome your loneliness, to exercise or
That and a lot of talks with my family. A lot. Yeah.
But actually, what I already asked this before, but since after our last conversation and asked about your girlfriend, and then still now a year later, maybe you still don't have a girlfriend or
Nah. Oh, I always love when I meet someone on the road and they ask me like, "Oh, ada pacar," I will always tell them, "Ya, ada pacar di setiap kota, and
they are
go,
laughing. Yeah, I know.
good joking, but no, don't have it at the moment, and I think for the moments it's for the best, Yeah.
But until when? That's a tough question, I know, but I mean, you cannot always. Okay, money working as maybe your goals right now, your career, but there's a moment that you feel like enough is enough. I think.
Yeah. And I think we're getting pretty close to that moment.
Ah.
Yeah, I think we're getting close.
Oh my God. Please, this is gonna be maybe if you already make your own family, would you still become a travel vlog YouTuber? It's kind of hard, right?
I don't know. That's why I'm kind of hoping that the last day of my Sabang Samam rocket trip, I meet my wife, we get married, happily ever after. But let's see, this love you cannot plan, right?
Yeah, I too.
It happens usually when you least expect it.
When is the day, the last, kira-kira kapan selesainya Sabang sama Merauke ini? 2 years, 3 years?
If I am fast, maybe 3 years.
3 years, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, girls, 3 years from now, he's so ready.
Yeah, ooh.
He's so ready.
They must be excited to wait 3 years.
But okay, can you, sorry, maybe it's too personal, but this is,
no, it's okay.
Tapi inilah memang saatnya personal ya di sini. I mean, your last relationship, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it failed because you're too busy, or it's not working because she's not understanding your career, your this kind of work?
So my last girlfriend was probably the perfect girlfriend really to get, considering what I'm doing. She was very understanding. She was very supportive. The only thing was that I could see her maybe one time per month, maybe once every second month. And it made me more and more feel bad about not coming back. And it also, even though she said, no pressure, you don't have to plan anything, come back soon, it still made me feel like, oh yeah, but I still have an obligation as a good boyfriend to come back and see her. And considering how busy I was, how much I was working, it didn't work out for me. I thought I could do it. She could do it, which was surprisingly, she was a very, very sweet girl, but it didn't work out. But
you're the one who gave up. You gave up.
I gave up. Yeah, I did.
But at that moment, actually, she's okay with that.
She was, which is why it was very difficult to break up.
I cannot, I cannot understand. I cannot accept that.
Believe me, she didn't understand it either.
Of course. Yeah. If I was her, I'm sorry. If I was her, okay. I was like, what else you want from me?
Believe me, I felt like an ass. I did. But I could see that it was not the time for me to focus on a relationship. It was not realistic. And yeah, that's how it is.
Wow.
Beginilah hidup.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Oh well. With every sometimes we have to make sacrifices,
Yeah, I know.
And so many people every week will tell me, Kris, you're so lucky. You have such a nice job. You have so many opportunities. And I do. But there's good and bad things about every job. And sometimes, you have to make some sacrifices.
I know. But I believe that she must be had a thought that it's not the reason that you are broke up with me. I mean, why? Because I'm still supporting. Why? I mean,
Yeah.
is that the reason? Is that the reason? I mean, she's questioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
And maybe it's getting deep. I don't think my feelings was enough there. I was not committed enough, and it was not fair to her for me to be in it halfway when she was all the way.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
What you are, for me, you are so, you're a real gentleman.
Oh, I was expecting douchebag, but thank you.
No. Because when the relationship is getting deeper and maybe longer, the heartbreak is maybe so much harder to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Woo! Okay. Are you consider yourself a introvert or extrovert or I don't know, ambivert?
Extrovert.
Extrovert?
I mean,
do you gain energy from meeting of people?
I do. So I believe in if you meet good people, your batteries, they kind of get recharged. We all have that really good friend one night out with him or her, and we feel like, I can do anything. I'm happy again. And if you meet the wrong people, you can feel like, oh my God, so tired, or
the vibes, the energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of good energy when I'm traveling from a lot of good people. As I've told you before, I rarely meet people that are not nice to me. So I think you can see I'm quite an outgoing guy.
Yeah. But sometimes you feel tired. It's like social, what do you call it? Social
exhaustion.
Yeah. I mean, you met hundreds of people every week. You have to basa-basi, we call it in Indonesia, like small talks with all the people on the street you met. You have to, iya pa. And all the photos. I mean, you're tired. You sometimes drain your energy.
That's why I think this journey is such a good mix sometimes. Because after days of traveling, being out shooting, I've been asked 100 times, what's your favorite food? Asli dari mana? Umur berapa? All these questions. And then I have a lot of time to edit. And then I'm completely on my own. And it gives me time to be on my by myself. And by the time I'm finished editing, then I need to get out and meet some people again. And so that's why I think it's a good mix. But yeah, sometimes I can get social exhausted as well.
Yeah, because you must be attracted of people because they see, oh, there's a very handsome bule over there. Let's go there. I mean, you always made a scene wherever you go.
Yeah.
Of course, right? So
especially in the small villages.
Really.
It will always be. So before going to Denmark, I drove from Saro. I always say it the wrong way. Sorowako to Kendari in southeast Sulawesi. And I had to drive through a lot of small villages. And everywhere I went, they would just be like pointing. The kids would be like, hey, bule on bule. And I actually stopped by a small house and talked to this family. And I said, it's quite rare you see foreigners here, right? And they were like, yeah, I think like 5 or 6 years ago, there was a foreigner passing by this village. I was like, wow, 5 or 6 years, So for them, of course, they will be like,
It's like see I know something. Oh, who's that man?
Yeah.
They're excited to see. Yeah. Wow. But you just come back from Denmark. I feel like you are leaving your family a lot.
Yeah.
And your mom is that okay with your mom? Your closest family?
My family have been nothing but supporting since the day I left Denmark nearly 10 years ago now. So as I've told you before, I've lived in many different countries, right?
Yeah.
So we have had countless times of saying goodbye at the airport, welcoming me at the airport. And in the beginning, I felt a lot of guilt, mostly towards my younger brother, because Magnus, this one. Yeah.
Oh.
He's 26 now, and he's my best friend, my closest friend. He's the one I tell everything. We look alike, have the same humor.
I saw in a video, really look like.
Yeah, he looks like. Meet him again. And in the beginning, I felt quite a lot of kind of guilt that I was leaving my family. But they have told me now so many times that they are happy that I am happy. They can see how much I'm learning. And because of YouTube, they kind of feel like they can be there with me. So I actually chose the right job to have abroad, right?
So they knew everything about you, what you do. Oh, you're okay.
Yeah. And I think in the beginning, they asked a lot like, so when are you moving back to Denmark? But now, more recently, I think they've kind of gotten the feeling that I'm probably going to stay abroad.
They already accept.
Yeah. But that's also why I feel it's my responsibility to go back and visit them. I'm the one who moved far away. So that's why I try to see them 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah, true. So. Wow. But that's actually a good lesson from maybe, I don't know, maybe because Denmark family, because it's quite different from an Asian family. Asian family, sometimes we are always together, right? And sometimes Asian parents, it's kind of hard to say goodbye to their children. I mean, they are trying to keep us as close as they can be and as long as we can be. So that's a good point. So reminder, maybe just for myself, that parenting for me is about to letting go. Yeah. It's about to do whatever you want to do. Don't always think about me. This is your life. Live on your life. Yeah. So thank you for the lesson.
Of course. And I agree. I have many Indonesian friends who have talked with this about. They're saying, my parents want me to do this, but I want to do this. But at the same time, my mother in Denmark, she sometimes envies the family life you have as an Asian family, because you're more close together. Often you will live together for a much longer time, That she envies that,
Yeah. So, well, nobody's perfect.
No.
Nobody's perfect. But one day when I go to German, why is it German?
Denmark.
To Denmark.
You should. You can stay with my family.
Yeah, of course. Oh. Okay, so maybe before it's getting deeper. Kris, when is the last time you feel happy?
The last time I felt happy?
Like really, really extremely happy.
Seeing my family. The best thing I know is walking through those welcoming doors, like when you arrive at the airport, like your family standing on the other side. When I pick up my nieces at the kindergarten and they're just screaming like, uncle, uncle. That makes me extremely happy. But so it can do on a regular day, my job, I'm riding on my motorcycle. One of the best days I remember from 3 weeks ago, I was driving, it had been a long day, 10 hours on the road, raining pretty much all day. I was just waiting to see my family. And this Indonesian family drives towards me on their scooter, father in front, wife on the back. And their little sweet baby daughter in the front, in this tight hijab, the fat cheeks, sunglasses, sleeping like a baby.
Everything you said, I was thinking that you always mention about family. Yeah. So
good point.
It's I think family is one of your happiness place.
Definitely.
Well, so you should make one. Back to that one.
I mean,
maybe a lot of subscribers want to try to make a content creator, which is I'm doing right now, okay, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy.
It's a lot more difficult than it looks.
Yeah. And I learned a lot from him that to make a YouTuber, to make a content creator, it's not just, okay, we can shoot blah, 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 but there's a plan, and he's a well-planned man over here. So what maybe you can share some tips to a lot of people out there who really want to be a content creator. What should I do?
The single best tip, I just told my assistant Sharon this last month. My single best tips, not just for making content, but productivity in general. For the last, I want to say, 12 years, every morning, every evening, even during the day, I have a to-do list that I'm updating. So it says all the things that I want to accomplish during the day, and things I have to remember, and I will check them out.
Oh, you have a checklist.
Yes, so I'll put these green markers.
Where's my name?
It is. Okay. Wait, there we go. Cheryl. And because it makes sure that I remember all the things that I have to do. It also gives me a sense of accomplishment when I go to bed. I can see, oh yeah, I actually did this, and this today. Sometimes we will go to bed thinking, what did I actually do today? And without realizing it, we actually did a lot.
Yeah.
So I'll do it to keep track of my task. And as a potential content creator, you can use this as well. You don't just put one task saying, go make this content. No.
Okay.
You, for example, today, order taxi, going to Cheryl's studio, send info to Cheryl about the shoot today.
Yeah.
Set up cameras, prepare. Do I need a fresh t-shirt? List small steps so that not all steps on your list is like massive.
Yes.
But sometimes even small goals can feel like an accomplishment, you know?
Oh, nice idea.
So sometimes my list will have 40 items in a day. And sometimes I don't tick them all off. I'll push them to the next day.
Okay.
So a to-do list.
A to-do list is the key.
It is one of, the most important things.
Okay. Well, nice. Last question.
Yes.
Before you go to another trip.
Yes. Kembali ke kendari.
Kembali ke jalan ya.
Yeah.
What to do to keep your mentally healthy beside the exercise?
Getting proper nutrition as well.
Oh.
So, I mean, if you're not eating properly, if you eat a ton of sugar, you'll easily get tired.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's also a bit easier for me because I used to do bodybuilding. I used to be a personal coach as well, nutritionist. So, for example, like we've talked about my breakfast, I eat my breakfast 90% of the time based on what it gives me. Sometimes my breakfast will be eggs, some cornflakes, and some vegetables. Not the ideal breakfast, but I eat because I know that I have to perform during the day. So nutrition is important. Of course, exercises we talked about. I aim to get minimum 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. And I track it religiously every day. So I have gotten way too little. I've gotten way too little sleep last night, only 6 hours. But you can see here, so last week I had an average of 7 hours. This week, 6 hours and 57 minutes. Because sometimes we don't realize that we are actually just super tired. And we start overthinking like, oh, why can I do this? Or sleep is really important as well. And meditation. In the beginning, I thought it was stupid, sitting down and
what's with that?
Yeah, exactly. It's not necessarily like that.
Yeah.
It can be 2 minutes, 5 minutes where you just sit down and collect your thoughts.
Yeah.
I like putting on, these instrumental soundtracks from Spotify with like jungle or raining in a jungle.
Yeah.
Because it brings me back to a lot of the times I was out in the nature in Kalimantan.
Yes.
And calms me down. can sit down,
Mm.
collect my thoughts. So it's small things like that, but every day it makes a massive difference.
True, because we all have a monkey thoughts with a lot of thoughts inside our thoughts, and when we are not controlling it, we become overthinking, and it's bad for our health.
Coming back to the to-do list, if you have too many things up here,
Mhm.
put it in the list. Then you don't forget it.
Okay.
But you don't have to think about it right now. It's still on your list.
Okay. Wow. What a nice tips from the Mr. Perfectionist.
Makanya 5.000 ya.
5.000 ya. But maybe all of this are
Yes.
you've got it from the bodybuilding because you have to discipline, you have to commit it. So you are a successful. I can say that you are a successful in your work right now. It's not how many subscribers you had, but the way you make your work. It's beautifully planning, and you love it. That's what I love the most. And please, kalau misalnya kamu berasa capek, if you feel like you are so tired, you feel like you're not in the mood to do the Sabang and Merauke again, please come back home to Denmark and come back here again, because we need you to finish that journey.
I promise. I will.
Promise.
Thank you, Cheryl. I will.
Thank you for now.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
talk today.
Good
I
talk.
really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next time with a girlfriend, okay?
Let's see.